Here you go, boys. Say, you both look like you got a furphy or two to tell.
G'day everybody and welcome to Crackin Furphys, the news commentary podcast where the boys and I get around the bar and have some bloody delicious furphies. I'm your host Drew Agnew, and joining me along the bar are my good mates, it's Ash and Dan. I was about to say Tom, but Tom is not with us again. Hope he's going very well, but boys, it's us again. Looking forward to getting to the show. Ash is joining us for the second time in a row. Let's see how long this little streak lasts. I like it though.
Well, funnily enough, I actually forgot to mention before we started recording is that I can't do the next two shows.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm going to a new site and I won't have a microphone, so.
Because you left your microphone in the old site still.
Yep, it's in Meekatharra and I will be in Kambalda.
So does that mean you never get that microphone back or what?
Nah, they're sending it back to me. They're sending all my stuff back because all my tools and everything are still there. But yeah, this is logistic talk, and I'm sure this is not interesting for anybody that's listening.
Yeah, because you did mention last week that you could potentially be, the workplace might be getting shaken up a little bit. So obviously that happened within the week.
Yes.
Yep.
It's all sorted. I'm going to a new site, and it's pretty annoying, but whatever. You gotta do what you got to do. I'm still getting paid the same amount, so.
You should be like, you know what? Tell you what, I'm like a little dog. It kind of upsets me a little bit when my routine gets thrown into chaos. Maybe up the pay a little bit. Reckon they could do that for you?
Probably not.
You're like, well, I'm already rorting them. I'm already getting a pretty good deal.
Yeah. They pay me way too much to do what I'm doing.
No, that's good. You got to make it worth your time for going out in the middle of whoop whoop.
Yeah, that's true. What's been happening with you boys then?
Well, Dan's been pretty busy. He's going for a job interview tomorrow.
Step one of the process. So it's an online interview to prove that I know what I'm talking and that I know what is needed for the job. And yeah, so I've been preparing for that, looking into lead generation and researching the companies and involved in all that. So yeah.
No, very cool. We
going on.
We wish you the best of luck. Hopefully it all goes well. Because we obviously won't say the company. I've forgotten it anyway. But it's
just dox them.
Yeah. Is it something that you've had no experience with in the past? And you're just give it a go and see what it's like, or?
Oh, it's marketing and sales support for a company that builds sheds. And wine racks and other fabricated steel things like wine barrel racks and stuff.
Yep.
So they're looking for a marketer. From what I've seen, at least they found a few things on their website that need a touch up. So.
Oh really? So you're gonna go and point out the changes you're gonna make and
show them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I've got about 500 words in what I would, because what they wanted was they just wanted to a little case study for me to prepare a case study tomorrow. Because I'm going through an external recruiter. Well, I'm not going. That's who they posted the job through.
Yeah.
So the recruiter wanted me to do some brainstorming and research on how I would get their product ranges in front of the right customers at the right time. Blah blah blah, so that they can see how I research, how I can present stuff and all that. So I'm still getting there, but
cool.
Sounds like it's like a kind of a convoluted way to do a job interview. It almost feels like a school assignment. Show us what you would do.
Because the people hiring are like a hiring consultancy firm.
No, I get that.
Their reputation is also kind of we need to present people who are going to know what they're going on about and that the company's going to be happy with. So I'm checking two companies' boxes instead of just one.
Yeah. So imagine if this company, this is just what they did to get free labor out of people. So they would just point out all the problems with their website and then they just go and change it themselves for free. And they just do that every time they feel like they need to refresh.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, that was obvious. But
I feel like it would be a very expensive way to do that. It almost
be in touch
just to hire someone.
Yeah, sure.
It's a really convoluted way. Yeah, if it was up to me, like, how do you get our product in front of people? It's like someone's like, "Fuck, I need a shed." It's like, I know where buddy get you a shed, man. No, that's you're just like that bloke in the pub. It's just eavesdropping on everyone. Like, oh god, I love to build a shed to put my car in. So, well, don't have a bloody business for you, man.
Don't I have a website for you?
Yeah. So I've been doing lots of research on how to generate leads and develop a marketing calendar, and it's good that they've kind of, for the first interview, they've kind of given me points on what they're actually looking for, so I can kind of prepare based on that. But still got to actually just do it. Still got to actually prepare a space to take the interview in. So
what time tomorrow are you going to
fusion reactor?
Yeah, that's right. What time tomorrow are you taking the interview so I can think about you at 1:30? So I'll think about you at 1:30, but like Daniel Treadray.
Sitting in front of a computer with a nice dress shirt and no pants on.
Are you going to use your microphone? They're going to be like, oh, look, he's got a nice little microphone there.
So that'll be...
Probably not, just because, look, it takes up half my face.
We'll make it not take up half your face.
If it were me, I would find that as like a better marketing strategy. Like, if more of my face I can hide, the more likely they probably are to hire me.
Just due to my general setup of my kitchen table, because you've seen my place, I don't have the most space. To not make it take up half my face, I would have to hold it the whole time.
You just put the pop filter down a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah, but then you'll have to listen to me saying all these pops.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. But you just put it down a little bit. Because I think, like, they'll be interviewing a lot of people. They'll just be people on their laptop microphones. Or make you stand out, maybe, like, a little bit if you've got your microphone out. But oh, he's got nice audio quality. He gives a shit about his presentation, not only how he looks and the information he's putting forward, but also the voice.
Put his nice shirt on and then he's blocked it by covering it with a microphone that he can't hide.
You just do what I do and have it like slightly off screen. That seems to work.
Got to work your angles, Dan.
How does this sound?
Oh, it sounds fine.
No, that's
maybe then. So then. We'll see. I've got the morning. It's one of the things I have to consider in the morning. But I'm probably just going to go because I'll have an empty house.
He's going to have massive anxiety just trying to work out his angle of his microphone and where he puts his pop filter and the buttons on his shirt and.
Exactly. That's why I'm going to go probably just with the laptop microphone.
Had this whole plan, and as soon as he told it to us, we're just like, well, that's a shit plan. Why don't you do it this way?
Thanks for your confidence, guys.
I wouldn't fucking hire you. You worthless turd. You shit.
You worthless turd.
Boy.
A great insult.
No, well, I don't want to insult
as
him.
opposed to a turd that's full of worth. Like, they're not the most high value of bodily functions.
No, the piss is where it's at.
Well, they're high value
the money
to
maker.
your health. The piss. Oh, yeah, there's a big market for that these days.
Yeah, I guess. Is there? Tell us about it, Ash. Go on.
I don't know. It just seems like something people would pay money for from like gamer girls or something, like the bathwater thing.
That was such a good idea by her, just selling water.
Oh, yeah, she would have made so much money and it was literally just jarred water.
Good on her.
Apparently lots of people got really sick from it because they were buying it and getting it and then they were drinking it.
Yeah, that's gross.
That is disgusting.
Delicious. Tastes like Lynx Africa.
Can you imagine that chick's just with wearing Lynx Africa? What is she, a 13-year-old boy? Come on.
What it's like to chew 5 gum.
So I dare say, Dan, you're not on a beer tonight. You're keeping nice and sober, ready to go.
Well, I have a beverage.
Oh, nice, man. So do you have
Its name is Gretchen.
Gretchen? Oh,
it is a wheat beer from Mephisto Brewing Co.
Interesting.
It has a medium body with fluffy creaminess for the mouthfeel.
Ooh.
It is a cloudy, hazy appearance with pale straw color and a thick white head.
Nice.
And it just has an aroma of banana and clove, vanilla, and light tartness. It is complex yet poised. She beguiles you with a delicate purity like a voice from the heavens she sings to you. Gretchen is salvation.
See, I feel like you were just describing me and not even the beer because I have pale straw-like skin.
I can smell your banana aroma from here.
Yeah, you like
banana-y.
the taste test goes.
Just has a whiff of the can. Metallic.
Yeah, not bad. Like that. Oh, that's an interesting.
Wow, that aftertaste. Holy shit.
I'm going to say that gets 9 thumbs up out of 10.
9.
Wow, you have 10 hands.
That's a lot of thumbs.
Well, I've only got 5 hands, so to give 10 thumbs up, but yes, I've got 9.
What? Two thumbs on each hand.
or is my brain fried enough that I can't do math? Probably that.
Just lost concept of how many thumbs is on a hand. No, because your pinky's a thumb too. You got like 2 thumbs. You can have a little thumb wrestle.
I'm going to blame the lingering effects of COVID brain fog for that. And I'm just going to own it, and like that's something that I said.
That's
put that in the Crackin Furphys archives, and we'll move right on.
Yeah.
What beverages do you gents have this fine evening?
Well, I got nothing too exciting, but I've got a Carlton Dry, but it's one of the 500ml cans, and it was a great idea to get the 6-pack because it was only $22, so it was on sale. It was a nice price for the amount of beer you get. But Sunday night, do I need 500 mils of beer, full strength? Not really, but it's what I've got.
Reminds me of like a can of Mother or a Monster Energy or something.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same size and shape and everything. So it's good though.
A bottle of 100% recycled Mount Franklin water. It's the bottle actually that's recycled, not the water.
Well, it could be both. You never know.
From some chick's bath that's recycled. Yeah.
But I've just Belle Delphine's
Mount Franklin's
in my bathroom.
Belle Delphine's bathroom.
No, she's locked in mine. I just make her bath constantly so I can drink her water.
Lick it off her shoulder.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just drinking water.
Yeah, so you're on the water. You have a big night last night. What was the occasion last night, Ash?
No, I didn't have like that big a night. I was in bed by 12.
Whoa, slow down.
Yeah, that's a massive night, for me as a dad now. Fucking 12 o'clock, calm down.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but then you wake up again every 2 hours afterwards.
Yeah.
No, I just went out with some mates last night. Had a few beers at the pub, and then actually, because I told you guys I was hungover before. I wasn't actually that hungover, but I was just really tired, and I had a huge lunch, and I fell into a food coma.
Oh no! So what put you into the food coma?
My own stupidity. No, I just I woke up. I woke up really early this morning and couldn't get back to sleep, so I was just super tired all day. And then I went and met a friend for lunch and had a big curry, which was delicious.
Nice.
Watched a bit of footy and then and had to go home because I was too tired.
You were a bicycle? Because you were too tired?
Yeah, the same amount of thumbs on each hand, right, Dan?
That's good. All it puts in my mind is like, Bicycle by Queen. Bicycle.
Oh, I hate that song.
Do you? I love that song.
I love Queen, but I can't stand that song.
Yeah, no, it's kind of meme-worthy. Not that I've seen any memes of it, but, it's just one of those songs that I guess work pretty well.
Be the change you want to see in the world, Drew. Just start making some bicycle song memes.
I want to be a bicycle. I want to be a bike. I want to do a backflip on a BMX track.
Isn't it ride my bike, not be?
Well, Dan just said be the change you want to be. So I want to be a bike. I want to be the bike.
So when Lucas grows up, is he going to be a motorbike?
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, I just want to be the town bike.
The 4-year-old what they want to do when they grow up and they say they want to be a fire engine or a T-Rex.
That's just like the jacked bodybuilder version of a regular bike, isn't it? Like a motorbike.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, moving on.
So as we've set the tone early here, we've all lost the plot each a little bit today. So good luck, listener.
Good luck, listener.
I commend you on your bravery in getting this far into the episode.
Whopping 15 minutes. Look out.
I feel like the bar was immediately set really low, but
The bar was so low that we tripped over it.
it can only go up from here, we hope.
Yeah, it's like limbo, reverse limbo. It just goes up.
We're all sitting here at a bar for ants having drinks at the moment. That's how low the bar is. You've got the normal people bar up top, and then we're just sitting at the little baby bar with all the other small customers.
All right, Dan, we get it, mate.
Yeah. Please stop talking.
And I've already preemptively lost the job tomorrow.
They actually listen to this podcast and they're just like, no way.
Yeah. They send the job offer to Tom's like, look, made a great decision not to come on the show that week. Here's a job offer.
Funnily enough, Tom actually did used to work for a company that built sheds.
He did. Until he didn't.
So he has previous experience.
He wasn't on the marketing side, though. He was the handyman side.
Construction side.
Yeah.
Handy boy, Thomas.
So I could just imagine Dan. He'll be one of those guys. He every now and again he goes on site. He's got his nice shoes and he's folded with his papers, going to see the boys, doing the real hard work. Like, hang on, fellas. Here's the shit.
Yeah.
Here's the shit.
No, I'll be there. Be like taking a video of like, hey lads, know you put in a lot of effort putting that side of the shed up. Didn't get a good shot. Can you just do it again for me, please?
Just take it all back down, and we need to do a time lapse.
Like, oh yeah.
The light's not here. We have to try it again tomorrow.
I forgot to press record. Hold on. Like Drew when recording this podcast that time.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I still won't let you forget about that.
Yeah, we're just making sure you're on your toes.
We are recording at the moment, right?
No. Just in my mind, so I can listen to it later and go, good show, eh? Shame no one will ever hear it.
Brilliant. So we've got Drew Forgetful recording and Dan the Thumb Man.
Dan the Thumb Man. We needed someone to illustrate just Dan as a thumb.
like the henchmen from Spy Kids.
Oh my god.
Oh god. I can't even picture that movie.
Repressed memories.
I can't even remember.
I know exactly what he's talking about. They're kind of terrifying.
Yeah, like they would show up as someone's sleep paralysis demon.
I'm just gonna Google Spy Kids thumb. Assume that will come up.
Thumb man.
Thumb man. Is that the...
I'm sure if you Google Spy Kids thumb, that's what it'll come up with. There's not another more notable thumb in Spy Kids.
Okay.
Maybe if Dan was in there with his multiple thumbs on each hand, but
I was the leader of the Spy Kids henchmen.
Yeah, no, they're pretty scared. They look like fingers, though. I'd rather look more thumb-like.
Not a finger?
No, it's a thumb.
yeah,
It's a digit on a hand that can be used to grasp things. That feels like they're both.
I actually, there's the whole thing. People say that thumbs aren't fingers. I had this question in Trivial Pursuit once, and it said, "Are thumbs fingers?" Yes, they are, according to Trivial Pursuit.
Okay.
And they are the global authority on fingers. So
yeah,
that's true. It's true.
They do know what the point of fingers is.
For all your finger news, go to Trivial Pursuit and figure it out.
It's up to date. Every morning I check it.
Every morning. That's a bit much, Ash.
I just need to know what's going on with those fingers.
You never know when there's going to be a huge update in the finger world. Like, you know what? Thumbs aren't fingers anymore.
You never know where they might slip.
Like Pluto being not a planet, thumbs are no longer fingers.
Babe, wake up. New thumb news just dropped.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't get my fucking thumb news from you, Dan. The pinky's a thumb now, or what? Like, all right, boys, let's get into our Furphys. Should we do a little scissors, paper, rock? Who goes first?
It sounds like he just volunteered to go first.
Okay, whatever. I'll go first then. Let me pull them up here, boys. So, I'm kind of confident in these ones, and I took inspiration from Ash a few years ago at this point when he did the Bollywood. So I've got
A few years ago.
I've got 3 anime, and 1 is a furphy.
Ooh. God, this could be anything.
Literally, that's a very good topic to choose.
So the first one is Marawa Penguin Drum.
Is what?
Yeah, what?
The last syllable I half laughed and it came as Marawa. No, Mararu Penguin Drum. That's the first anime. Second anime is Punchline. And the third anime is Outer Existence. And I'll read the little plot descriptions for each one. So anime number 1 is Mararu Penguin Drum. And Penguin Drum is a show about siblings. It follows the efforts of 2 brothers, Kemba and Shamura, as they attempt to save their sickly little sister, Hamari, from death by cooperating with a magical penguin hat.
They got grim for a second. They're trying to save their sister from dying in what I assume is the happy little anime about penguins.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. And then, like, when you were describing it as well, I was like, this sounds way too normal to be an anime. And then you dropped the last line. I was like, okay, yep, that definitely could be.
Yeah. So Punchline, anime number 2, guided by the cat spirit, Cuta must learn to master his spirit powers in order to protect his housemates from the various circumstances they find themselves in. However, if Yuta sees a girl's panties twice in a row within a short amount of time, the Earth will be destroyed by a meteor.
What the fuck?
Oh dear.
And my initial reaction is that is definitely real.
And anime number 3, Outer Existence. Looking for meaning in life, newspaper cartoonist Sada Yoshi is sucked into another dimension along with his uncle, an alcoholic racist who has been exiled from the family. Together, the duo must uncover the secrets to human emotion and why empathy is the modern day superpower.
I have no idea. They all sound like they could be genuine ones.
Boy, oh boy, you've brewed up a decent round this week, Drew. Drew the brewmaster.
Yeah, no, she's brewed up fucking strong this week, boys.
Okay.
My first impression is that they're all real.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. They all just sound like exactly what you'd expect from an anime.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stab. I've got no idea. I'm gonna go with number 2.
Number 2.
I'm just thinking. The first one sounds relatively more normal than the other 2, so that's where I'm leaning towards at the moment.
It has to be the most normal sounding one is the fake one.
Yeah. So Drew's brain cannot come up with anything as fucked up as anime writers. But mine will just be like, my name is Drew. There's a protagonist. His name is Drew, and he done a poo. That's as crazy as I can get.
Is that like part of one of those rhyming animes? Like,
it's an anime. It's actually an episode in One Piece.
But have they found the One Piece yet?
There's so many episodes. It probably is one. It's like how they say that like the actual value of pi is just infinite, and so like theoretically every single combination of numbers
could be pi
is actually in pi. So that's the same as One Piece now. So everything that's ever happened on TV has been in One Piece.
A bit like The Simpsons, I guess, as well. Like at this point.
Yeah, true. They predict it. Yeah,
they predict stuff. Yeah.
The Simpsons predicted your Furphy, so I actually know which one it is.
God damn it, Ash, you're at it again.
No, I've got no idea. I'm stabbing with 2.
So yeah, my other thoughts is it's an interesting move in 2022. I mean, Japan may have a completely different cultural and value system, but it'd be an interesting move in 2022 to make one of your main characters an alcoholic racist.
Yes. When I read that, I was like, what the fuck?
So, gonna
these aren't all these aren't all new anime, I guess.
I'm gonna stick with number 1. Just stay with my first thoughts, and it's too normal.
It's too normal. Yeah. All right, so I can let you guys know. Let me put up the sound effect here. Drum roll. It's number 3.
Oh, I should have gone with
should have gone with
my second thoughts.
So Penguin Drum. I actually watched this anime back in the day, back in high school. It was actually pretty good. It was really weird. It was basically like these two guys going around, and this their sister's in a coma, and like they're basically uncovering all the weird stuff their family's done in the past and some dark truths and stuff. I can't really remember much about it, but I remember feeling kind of lost, being like, what's this bit? What's going on?
Also standard when you're watching anime.
So yeah, the whole idea about the Furphy basically outer existence was, there's an uncle, he's the alcoholic, he's racist, but he goes on the journey to find out the secrets about human emotion and why he needs to be empathetic and not be so racist. So I might write that one day. I might put that into production with my production team, with my 30 artists, and Dan, he's good at marketing. He can market the anime for me. I reckon it'd be a great time, actually, but not today.
You'd be the main protagonist, and you'd do a poo.
No, that's
that's the opening theme song.
No, that's a great idea I actually had for another show, but I reckon that would be further down the line when we've got a bit more budget.
Yeah, okay.
Just to really get that glossy texture on the turd.
It needs, a bit more high production value, hey?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the technology, it's kind of like Avatar, where they're waiting for years to get the technology, where that's the same with me. I just need the top of the art technology maybe in 2030 for that show. But yeah.
That turd just needs to be perfect.
Oh, fuck, it needs to be so polished.
Well, that just reminded me of something. Mythbusters actually did a segment on polishing a turd. They were able to prove that it can be done.
Oh, there you go. Asking the important questions, Mythbusters.
Just
answering the important questions.
Just solving all of society's problems by polishing up a shit.
Right. Now I know that there is still hope for me, so that's good.
All right. In our little screen of 3, I'm in the middle, so I reckon I'll jump in now.
Go for it.
So I've also taken a little bit of an unorthodox tack this week. I've got strange Wikipedia articles.
Ooh, I like this. I'm a big fan of the I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's an Instagram page called Depths of Wikipedia, and I absolutely love it. Some of the stuff they post is just so good.
I have it, but it sounds interesting.
I definitely recommend.
Yeah. Article number 1, Andy Goose. Andy, 1987 to October 1991, was a goose born without feet. He was well known for wearing sneakers to help him stand and walk.
I love Andy, even if he's not real. I love him.
Was he a relative of yours?
He's actually one of my ancestors.
Good old Andy the Goose. Article number 2, Pants drunk. Pants drunk, or stylized with an umlaut, is a form of drinking culture originating in Finland in which the drinker consumes alcoholic drinks at home, dressed in as little clothing as possible, mainly in underwear, with no intention of going out.
All right.
Article number 4, Zucked, internet culture. Zucked is a term originating in online meme culture, referring to censorship, particularly on Facebook, as it refers to the company's founder, Mark Zuckerberg.
Surely that one's real.
Surely, yeah.
And article number 4, since I figured I should go for 4, considering I haven't gone to my usual effort this week.
Oh, get fucked.
The ugliest color in the world. Pantone 448C is a color in the Pantone color system Described as a drab, dark brown and informally dubbed the ugliest color in the world, it was selected in 2012 as the color for plain cigarette packaging in Australia.
Ah.
So you're a bit of a bastard actually introducing a fourth one there, Dan. Don't know how you feel about that.
You've lowered our stab in the dark odds from 33% to 25%. That's pretty rude.
Yeah, no, that's rough.
Felt guilty for not going to my usual effort, so...
What are your thoughts on this one, Drewy?
I don't know. Maybe, like, I think like number 3 with the Zucked. I reckon that could easily be made up, but it's also pretty plausible because the meme culture around Mark Zuckerberg is just phenomenally huge. Like, surely, like, unless Dan just made up something else, like he's got that many memes around him. So I don't know. For me, that's enough to be like, all right, we can put number 3 off the table for now. Number 2 stands out to me as a potential candidate because I got no idea. I don't know. I've never heard that term before, but I've never been in a situation where that would have come up in a conversation with someone. So not quite sure there either. And I can't remember the other ones. So
number one was Andy the Goose without feet.
Oh, the goose, yes.
And number 4 was the ugliest color in the world.
Right. So the goose as well, like the fact that it puts sneakers on to help it. How can a goose lift a sneaker on its feet? That's what gets me about that one.
Specially made, specially tailored.
Specially tailored. Okay. Yeah. Well, that makes more sense then. I'm imagining just a human sneaker to lift bloody gooses. But it's got webbed feet. I did not understand why it needs sneakers.
Because it doesn't have feet.
It was born without feet.
Oh, well, I missed all that.
Andy, born 1987 to October 19, 1991, was a goose born without feet.
Oh.
So my thoughts on this are, I'm pretty sure stories 2, 3, and 4, I've heard of these, and I'm pretty sure they're all real things, but I don't know if they are real enough that there's Wikipedia articles on them. The second one, the Pants Drunk one, I'm sure I've heard of, but I don't know if that's what it's called or if it's popular in Finland or wherever you said it was. And I also think that umlauts are generally German and not Finnish, but they're all Germanic languages, so they're probably all use that sort of thing. Number 1's the only one I haven't heard of at all, so for that reason alone, I'm going to stab at 1. I'm going to... Yeah, even though he's a goose and I love him, I'm gonna
stab at your goose brethren.
Mm-hmm. That's what we deserve. So
Ash, I'm just feeling that Dan might have targeted Goose because of your nickname, Goose Goose.
I also thought that it's probably a red herring, and I've probably fallen for it. But
so should I double down or should I just go for another one just to cover bases a bit more? Because thinking about the game, I'm in a winning position, especially if. Dan gets one of us wrong, so I should just cover the bases just in case. Thinking strategically as far as the reigning champion of Crackin Furphys episode 30, whatever the hell this is. Just really thinking about that. But yeah, the goose one's...
Well, I'm thinking if you stab at a different one, we've still only got a 50% chance of getting it. Anyway.
I know, yeah.
As is the mastermind of Dan tonight.
Yeah, so I might just stab for another one, Ash. Might cover the bases a bit more. So there's the pants one, there's the color one. 1, 2, 3, or 4.
The tension. You could cut the tension in the air with a knife here. Drum roll.
Don't know. It's
hundreds of kilometers away and it's still there.
I'm gonna go number 2 because why not?
2. I've only gone and bloody goshes. It's Zucked.
Oh, really? Oh, fuck no.
So there is no Wikipedia for the term Zucked. It actually redirects to a guy who wrote an article, a book about Facebook in 2007 about how he got swindled out of some cash in the creation of Facebook.
Okay. Fair enough.
There you
well
go.
done.
Because I've definitely, I hear people say Zucked all the time, just like you see it in comments and on Reddit and stuff like that. So I thought that, I genuinely thought that was popular enough to have its own Wikipedia page.
Guess not.
I mean, it's got an Urban Dictionary page.
That counts, doesn't it?
And also, the article on Andy the Goose also happily has a picture of him wearing his sneakers. So,
I have to look this up.
Yeah, so do I.
All right, so it was me that started that trend of doing different types of articles, but I'm actually the only one this week that's done normal news ones.
Well, that's okay.
Which is just kind of, I guess that's like ironic, isn't it? It's not bad though. I was just
isn't it ironic? It's like rain on your wedding day.
This goose is nowhere near as cute as what I thought it would be. It was fucking horrendous.
Hey, that's not a nice way to talk about Ash.
No, Ash is cute.
He's just looking at a picture of me. He turned it around. That would have been really funny.
No, the goose sucks. I don't like it.
Okay, so I did say before we started recording that because of my food coma, that I hadn't actually done any Furphys. So I prepared these in about 3 minutes. And I went for the first stories I found. So there's a very good chance that you might know them or have seen them already or whatever. But
I doubt it. I don't see much, Ash, so it's all good.
Okay. Story number 1. Comedian investigated by police after audience member complains about joke.
That sounds very plausible, yep.
Also, I haven't done any descriptions. Again, made these in about 2 or 3 minutes. So it's just the headlines. Story number 2. A giant step for hamkind. Hamster survives daring trip into the atmosphere on a balloon. On a flying balloon, sorry. And story number 3. Cincinnati Zoo berated online over joke tweeted, seemingly referencing Harambe the gorilla.
Well, that's got to be plausible. That's very plausible.
I think I actually kind of am lucky that neither of you did stories because I went for the first ones I found, and no doubt you would have seen them if you did.
Yeah, no,
so
I didn't see it. I didn't even look for stories, so...
I've lucked out here.
Yeah. No, you have. No, it's interesting too, because just from the headlines, because in some ways when you do more detail, that's when you can think about it a bit more, but when it's just headlines, you're like, you're able to craft that Furphy just down to a T, to polish that nice little title to how you need it to be, just so we can't decipher anything you're saying or any of the facts you're bringing up. So you've made it.
Even in general conversation, no one can decipher what I'm saying.
I wouldn't say that, Ash. You're very clearly spoken, very articulate. You're a good bloke, Ash. Don't you come here and downplay yourself. You're an awesome person. All right, I won't fucking hear it.
I love the contrasting, just like between this and then like earlier in the episode when Dan was saying shit. You're like, you're a useless turd, Dan.
Dan can shut the fuck up, but Ash.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, love you both. Love you, Dan. One of my best mates. All right, don't forget that.
Love you too, boo.
Oh, I feel the love. A lot of love in this. Well, we're not actually in the same room, but let's pretend we are. A lot of love.
There's a lot of love in these 3 rooms tonight.
Yeah. When I turn off this camera, a lot of love going on. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, God, you're trying for another one already?
Nah, just myself, man.
She's not even here.
Yeah. No, we're not trying for another one. One's keeping us.
I don't know about you guys,
busy enough.
When these cameras go off, I'm just getting pants drunk.
Yeah. That actually sounds great. Might do that. Don't have to work tomorrow. Okay. So what are your thoughts on these articles?
Remind me what they were again. Just quickly rattle them off.
Yep. Okay. So story number 1, comedian investigated by police after audience member complains about joke. Story number 2, a giant step for hamkind. Hamster survives daring trip into the atmosphere on a flying balloon. And story number 3, Cincinnati Zoo berated online over joke tweeted seemingly referencing Harambe the gorilla.
All right. Yep, they're all very plausible. I think that the first one, it's so vague and it happens so often that could be like, comedians are getting cancelled left and right and centre, or trying to be cancelled left, right and centre, mind you, just because people might see it on TikTok and have it completely out of context of what the joke is or what the vibe is the comedian's going for, and they're just getting just railed on as far as their online content goes. So I can see that. Like, that's so vague. I can see that. My brain is that Ash is just like, that's a quickly made up one. So that's where my brain's going for that one. But also, I know you like your memes. So story number 3 is very highly potential as well. And maybe someone at this particular zoo loves their memes as well. So I could see that. And also the hamster one. That's just a random one, but I don't know. I don't know. I've got no idea as far as that one goes. So personally, Dan, let's talk a bit about what you're thinking. I'm thinking number 1 just for myself, just because I don't know. I don't want to put you anywhere, Dan. You're the one who can.
Thinking, wonder where this comedian show was meant to have taken place, because I wouldn't imagine the police would be. Well, for better or for worse, there are free speech laws, and people can kind of say what they want to say unless they're inciting hate. So,
yeah.
So unless the comedian's gone up on stage and said we could kill all of these people, it's
just so vague. Like if that is a real story, and Ash has just brought that to us, and like we don't know where it is, don't know who it was, don't know what the joke was, don't know who the person was, what the context.
His face at the moment as well. He seems very pleased, stroking his chin. So,
he's bloody rubbing that chin of his. I'm rubbing my chin too.
Chin.
Let's all rub our chins in glee. I can hear a bit of facial hair on Dan's side.
This is premium content for you audio listeners.
Did we normally charge for this on our Patreon?
Or OnlyFans? Story number 2, the hamster on a balloon. I feel like a hamster would have gone to space.
Yeah, surely.
Well, this one went to the atmosphere in a balloon, not into space on a rocket.
On a rocket, yeah.
And then story number 3.
Have been hamsters in space.
Cincinnati Zoo copying flack over tweeting something about Harambe. That feels very on form for Twitter. Feels very on form for Cincinnati Zoo to try and tweet something out about it and not realizing what they'd get back.
So we love that fucking gorilla. It's too soon. Don't bring it up.
Never forget Harambe.
We never will. Dicks out, boys.
It is sad, but could have ripped that kid in half potentially.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I mean, the kid was a sacrifice to the greater good, and Cincinnati Zoo didn't accept it.
Yeah, well, true.
I don't know. Did anybody ever ask how he actually fell in there? It doesn't seem like it'd be that easy to do.
I think
he was pushed in.
I think it's just a curious kid who found his way down there just to go and see it.
He was a plant. They did it on purpose. They wanted it off the gorilla. They're like, we need a reason to.
Yeah, they brought in like one of their nephews or something. Like, all right, mate, you go down there and you stand in that corner and we'll fucking shoot this gorilla and we'll blame it on you.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine just like, after the gorilla got shot, then they just like go and wipe the blood on the kid's hands like, this is on your hands.
You'll never live this down.
You are a living meme, my son.
God, yeah, imagine growing up and being the Harambe kid.
Yeah, not great.
That'd be horrible.
That kid would be just almost a teenager now.
Yeah,
he's discovering his legacy.
When did that happen? That was like early 2000s, or 2010s.
It was 2016.
I was going to say, I was going to say 2017, but yeah, 2016 sounds right. So 6 years ago.
Because everything started to go wrong after Harambe.
It did.
I went on a nice holiday around that time, so don't know about that.
To the Cincinnati Zoo.
I was the sniper. Free entry to the zoo. On top of a giraffe.
You were...
Anyway, all right. So I'm locking in number 1. What about you, Dan?
I'm locking in. I'm going to lock in number 1.
Oh, we're going to double dip. We're going to bloody get both nuts.
I'm going to double dip
on
that
Ash's face.
You can double dip all you want, boys, but the Furphy was story number 3.
Oh,
Cincinnati
fuck.
Zoo did not tweet anything about Harambe.
Oh, look, I knew it was either just the vagueness or you loving the meme. And
So that story number 1 about the police investigating a comedian, I actually used that because the comedian in question, Joe Lycett, I follow him on Instagram. I really like him, and I actually saw it when it happened. He posted about it, and the police actually came to his house and questioned him because they had to, because somebody filed an official police report.
do you know what the joke was?
No, he didn't say in the post, and I never actually looked any further into it, but apparently it was like not even a bad joke. And like, because he's either gay or bisexual. I don't know which one he is for sure, but like he's part of like LGBTQ. Yeah. So like he's not like
very non-threatening.
Yes, he's really weird, but he's very funny. And yeah, and then I just saw the article when I was doing stories. I was like, oh, I remember that. I'll use that.
Ah, cool. You vague bastard.
That was, hey, I didn't write that article. I didn't title it. Whoever titled it was the vague one.
No, true. Well, no, we did really well today, guys. None of us guessed any furfies.
No,
Not one of us.
We are the brain trust this week.
Yeah.
That has to be a first for Crackin Furphys, I think.
I think so. Like, we did really well with our
Tom
stories.
really made a good decision not sitting in on this episode.
This episode of Crackin Furphys is just called Furphys because none were cracked.
Welcome to Furphys, the show where we just tell Furphys, but we can't fucking guess them.
Yeah, that's funny.
So what did you learn this week, Drew, other than that we're all collectively stupid?
I knew that. Well, I didn't really learn this, but just like, looking at multiple anime plots, I was going through them. I just really want one about panties. I found that. But look, the whole concept of that anime number 2, like, you can't look at girls' panties too much, otherwise the world will explode. Just think about what kind of world that would be, where you cannot look, even if the chick was like, please have a gaze at my pants, please.
Victoria's Secret would be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, like, what happens when you go into like just a standard like clothes store?
The
I'm
media
sure
will,
they don't have Big W in Japan, but they're equivalent of.
a meteor would hit Earth and kill everyone. That's what would happen.
That is such like what Japanese. Well, obviously not all of them, but there's enough of them that we know this about their culture. They have a weird fixation with women's panties.
Yeah, I was playing Fire Emblem 3 Hopes, and I was on a what's it called, expedition with Adelgard, and I do have a bit of a tea party with her, and afterwards I'm like, go to the examine option or observe. It's observe, and I'm just like looking at her.
I'm very concerned.
Yeah, I'm looking at a model, and I'm looking up and down at the character, and she just says to me, "Are you looking for a crack where a sword might slip through?" I'm like, "What the fuck?"
and then Chantel walked in, and Drew's now sleeping outside
on the couch.
Because, like, what do you want me to say? Like, I'm role playing the game. I'm just like, yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking for a spot to slip my sword through. You sick bitch! Holy shit!
That is weird. Because I bought this game on Steam once that was like, it looked really fun. It was like, it's just like a side scroller, and you have to jump at the right time, but you're a dog, like a Shiba Inu, and it's a Japanese game. But like, I didn't know this until I started playing it. But like, when you're playing it and there's like people walking, and if you jump and it's like, there's a girl walking next to you, it steals the panties off of the girls as you do it, and their skirts flick up. And I was like, what the hell? What is this? Why?
Why not? Why not? No. I, for one, welcome their weird culture.
And just on the Fire Emblem thing as well, Fire Emblem has a history of like controversial things like that. Because there was a thing it was in the DS one, the last one. I can't even. Oh, Fates. There was a mini game that was removed from the Western version where it was like you could rub them or something.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah.
Very strange.
Yeah, so
bit odd.
I love like the relationship thing, but I don't need to pat them. That's fucked.
Yeah, that what? That is very strange. And like, I just like who pitches that idea, and then when that idea is pitched, who agrees with it?
Shigeru Miyamoto himself. It's like just pat all the women, give them a good pat on the head, a tap on the shoulder, a pat on the back, let them know they got done a good job, and up their stats.
Up their stats.
Up their stats.
Yeah, no, you pat them on the head, attack up. Oh yeah. What about you, Dan? What have you learned from your stories or your articles?
I've learned that the Cincinnati Zoo Twitter account is smarter than I gave them credit for.
Yes.
And I've learned that Drew is going to be the showrunner of the world's #1 anime, even though it's not produced in Japan.
Yeah, well, it's like Avatar: The
Or
Last
you're going to have to
Airbender.
relocate your young family to Japan to realize your animation dreams.
Yeah, it'll happen. I'll move to Kyoto and it'll be a reality, Dan. Give me 8 years.
8 years, all
It's
right.
a very achievable length of time, actually.
Yeah, the timer starts
Output
now.
there, Drew.
Ask me in 8
clock
years'
is
time.
running.
Oh fuck! All right, I'm writing, I'm producing, I'm doing it, Dan. What about you, Ash? What did you learn today?
I learned that we are just not very good at guessing fake things. Oh, by the way, I'd just like to point out that if Tom were here, he 100% would have guessed mine because he knows that I like a good joke about Harambe.
Yeah, see, I knew that too, but it might have been too obvious.
Yeah,
It's too-
fell for your double
Yeah.
bluff.
The old red herring.
'Cause I was
It is
like-
a good way to do it. It's a good tactic.
Because I do know that. Yeah, you fucking love love that meme. So that's why I went for
Yes.
like, oh, I'll try something a bit different, but I don't know, might have misled Dan too, and it was just fucking downhill from there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dan.
You've done this, Drew.
The other thing I've learned.
and then this.
The other thing that I've learned is that Dan's nuclear fission has damaged his DNA enough that he has multiple thumbs on each hand.
Well, that's why I've got the door open this week. The vision blinking out and affecting my brain.
Oh dear. And everybody, thank you very much for joining us at the bar this episode. Very much appreciated. If you'd like to follow us on the social medias and all that, you're more than welcome to. I'm at iDruby. I don't think the other boys give a fuck about the social media, so
If you'd like to follow us on social media, here's one of them. The other two don't give a shit.
The only social media I have is Instagram, and I basically don't use it.
Yeah.
you post stories all the time, Ash. You're full of shit, all right?
Oh no, okay, no, I do. I post.
Well,
stories,
yeah, he
but
was
that's-
overseas.
Yeah, but even when he's not, I'm checking him out. I'm like, oh, Goose has published a nice little story, and he's like, this is my dinner.
Usually just me. It's usually just me walking the dog.
Just casually
posted-
just doxed him as well. Slightly.
Today I posted one at the beach. That was kind of nice. It was a very warm day here today in Perth, so I got down to the beach, and then the water touched my feet, and I ran away because it was freezing.
Oh, fair enough.
I actually posted something on Instagram today as well. I did the
Well done.
song guru list that I stole from your Instagram story.
That's a cool website, isn't it? I like that.
Very neat little website. Tracks your stats from Spotify. So if you see that sticker, dear listener, click on it.
All right.
My plug for something completely unrelated.
It's one of those things as well where like I find that like when you do that kind of thing, you always find your stats really interesting. But then like if I see other people's stats, I kind of look at it, but I'm like, oh, I just want to use this for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Yeah. Mine would be brown noise. Helps me get to sleep. That's why I play on Spotify.
Isn't that the sound that's meant to make you shit yourself?
No.
Are you talking about white noise, Drew?
No. All right. So this is a rabbit hole. When if you have a little a screaming meatball in your house and you need to get to sleep and phase something out, there's white noise. White noise just sort of, it sounds like noise. I don't really like it that much.
Yeah, it's that song by The Living End, but go on.
Yeah, I play that just on loop. But brown noise, it's a little bit more like inside a car or the beach or something. It's like a little bit more subdued, and it helps me. It does wonders for me. But I found out there's brown noise, pink noise, white noise. Like there's heaps of different variations of frequencies. And that's what I
noise
shit yourself.
Yeah, well, because that's actually called the brown note, and I don't think it actually exists, or if it does, nobody's ever been able to prove it. But yeah, when I heard brown noise, I was thinking, are you thinking of the noise that's meant to make you shit yourself?
It does sound funny, like brown noise. Like it sounds like someone just ripping a fart. Like,
yeah.
But no, it does really well. I put my phone under my pillow and it knocks me out, man. I love it. So that's what my Spotify countdown for the end of the year is going to be. Just listening to the brown noise. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Appreciate it, and I'll catch you next week. Well, I won't see you next week, Ash. You're microphoneless.
We'll see you in 3 weeks.
Yes. Unfortunately, that is the case, but you'll see me when I get back, when I'm on my break, and then hopefully you will see me after that at work. I should have my microphone by then.
Cool. We might have to organise a guest or something, Dan.
Have to drag Tom out of hibernation.
Like a bear.
He's a busy man these days, Thomas. We might struggle.
All right, guys. For real this time. The wife's calling me. I'm going to leave the bar. I've had too many beers. Half a can. Look out. And, yeah, I'll see you next time. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Dan the fum man, he can't count thumbs. He can't even count to one. There's only one thumb on each hand. He's got more of the gland. Look out, here comes the boy putting thumbs up at your kids. Oh, he's looking moist. As he put those thumbs, maybe they've gone in several bums.
I don't know why, but I fucking laughed so hard at he has several of the gland. That's so nonsensical. It doesn't mean anything. Oh god.
Oh, I've got to laugh at you. That's what counts.
You got a good one. That was good. I like that, Drew.
Thank you.